I have been making and selling things for 7 years now, and I'm going to tell you right now in this video what I think are the top 3 ways to kind of appeal to people in order to make some sales. What's up, guys? I'm Christy, and thanks for stopping by the Onefinity YouTube channel today. Before we dive into this subject, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. And if you want, you can hit the bell next to the subscribe button, and that will send you a notification anytime we come out with a new video, and that way you can stay in the loop. All right, let's get started. Let's do a little bit of a countdown and start with the 3rd best way, and we'll work our way up to what I think is the best way to appeal to people to make a sale, okay? So number 3, make something that solves a problem. Here are a couple examples. When COVID hit, everyone was wanting one of those little key things that would help you either push a button on an elevator or even open a door so that you didn't have to touch anything with your hands, because let's face it, germs were even scarier back then. And so the masses were buying these things that were very small, easy to make, easy to do production runs of, so you could make many of these at one time. They were inexpensive to make, and they could ship really easily because of them being so small. I didn't personally jump on this making trend because I had a 3-year-old and a kid that was doing e-learning from home, so I was really just trying to survive that period of time like many of you were. But this is one example of making something that solves a problem and that appeals to a lot of people. Next example, display stands. A lot of people are doing craft shows and markets nowadays, and they need something that's relatively simple to set up that will display their artwork, their pottery, whatever it is that they're making and bringing to a craft show, because a lot of people aren't working with CNCs like you and I are, and they don't have the ability to just make themselves a display stand. But I made this one to solve this problem for me because I needed to display what I was making at a market. So I just used simple 3/4 inch plywood, made it have feet, and actually, if I remember correctly, this was a file I purchased. I think I tweaked it, but this was a file I purchased off of Etsy, and I simply cut it out. So it was super simple. It's a 1-bit project, and it appeals to a lot of different people who need to display things at craft shows. If you think about it, there are a lot of options of things you can make with plywood, which is really great news because it's super simple to source from the big box store. Or if you want to find the Baltic birch plywood, you'll probably have to go to a hardwood dealer if you want that 13-ply plywood, but still. Most things you can get by with the birch from the big box store. And so here's another example of something that I made with that type of material. It's a yoga mat stand holder thingy. Can you tell I've never done yoga before? A friend asked me to make this for her, and it basically allows you to hang up your mats so that they can dry over the dowels that go across, and has room at the bottom for foam rollers, foam blocks, things like that that you yoga people apparently use. Another great example of something you can make with plywood, that easy to source material, something that can be flat packed, shipped a little more easily because of that way that you can pack it flat, and that solves the problem. We could probably go on and on in this category of making things that solve a problem, but in the interest of keeping this video, relatively palatable in terms of how long it is, we'll just wrap up with saying, functional items like, Montessori style furniture for kids. It's actually becoming more and more popular. Or cubbies built with plywood, plant stands, like the list goes on and on and on. And I think it's a neat market to tap into because solving a problem helps people. So you get to make something cool with your CNC and it serves a purpose and helps people. Like, how good does that feel? So I would challenge you to just take 15 minutes, sit down with a notebook. Not right now. Finish watching this video and then try this exercise where you sit down and think about what a day in the life for you is like, and what are some products that already exist that really make your day easier? Like, what couldn't you live without? And then try to get in that mindset for what could you produce for other people that would genuinely improve a process in their lives. It's challenging, but it's really exciting and it's fulfilling. And that's what we want to help you do, is to walk alongside you while you learn about your CNC and find ways to help you do well if you want to make money for yourself. And we can help you help others. That's a win-win. All right, here's the next best thing, in my opinion, that I think is a great way to appeal to people to make a sale. Make something that fits the season. If you're wanting to really turn this into a business or an opportunity to bring cash in, you do have to be thinking far in advance. And making seasonal items is huge. My resources say that 20% of retail spending happens in November and December alone. People are far more willing to spend money in Q4 than they are at any other time of the year. And that's because they're buying gifts for other people. So that means we as makers have to have product ready to sell by November, I would say, in order to really capitalize on that time of year, because it is not uncommon for makers to bring in a very large percentage of their annual income during November and December. You have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all the shopping that's going to happen for the holidays then. So that is huge. Hopefully that doesn't intimidate you. What can we do right now? Focus on the season at hand and the one that's upcoming. And that's really spring and summertime. We're big into sports right now. So be thinking about all the things you can do that appeal to people during the summer season. If you want to focus on sports types of things, go that route. If you want to see what projects you can do using those easy to source materials from the big box store, like fence pickets or project panels or round blanks, you can do things like planter boxes or porch signs or the round door hangers. Those are great ideas and great options. You can go a lot of different directions for the summer season with those items. For instance, try to remember that not every facet of your project has to be made on the CNC. The CNC is a tool to make your workflow better, but if people are buying planter boxes and 90% of that build can be done without the CNC, okay. But a lot of people can make planter boxes like that. So what makes your planter boxes stand out? Well, you do have a CNC. So why don't you design it in such a way that it could tie in maybe with the person's mailbox? And maybe you could add a custom house number on there. You could carve that in. You could carve in their family name or family initial or labels for the plants that are going to go in there. Not everyone can offer that. So be thinking of ways that you can use the CNC to enhance something to sell, but it doesn't necessarily have to entirely be made on the CNC. And keep in mind that people really like things that are relatable or funny. So if you're like me and you're really not a fan of the solicitors coming to your door this season, go ahead and get one of these round wooden circles from the big box store and check out some of these options for no solicitor signs, because people love this stuff. So keep relatable and funny in mind. One buddy of mine makes incredibly cool seasonal items for Halloween, and I want to show you an example of his work. Tom loves doing tombstones for Halloween, and he carves his tombstones on his CNC. And I just think these are so cool, and I think they are a very niche item, but there are niche buyers out there. So when you're thinking ahead to seasonal opportunities, really research like, what would people find interesting to buy? And remember, wood isn't the only thing you can put on your CNC. All right, here we go. This is the number one way, in my opinion, to appeal to people in order to make sales using your CNC. And that is to make something that is customizable. Custom, custom, custom. People love it when their name is on something, their wedding date, their home address, whatever makes it special, guys. We have to appeal to people. And the cool thing about making custom things, if you think custom things are hard because then you have so much client interaction. It takes a little bit more time, might take some profit off. Hear me out. Make a couple solid designs that you can swap out those custom details. If you come up with one really good design that a lot of people want, guess what? You're just changing out the last name or the established date, and you've found this loop of sales that can just keep going, and you don't have to keep redesigning every single time. You're just swapping out a last name, and all of a sudden you have the ability to keep generating income from this one simple idea. Let's talk some more examples. In that same exact vein, I like the idea of family name signs. This is a great wedding gift. So we're kind of working backwards here. We're going to Benjamin Button this. We're saying customization is important, but so is seasonal. So think about the fact that a lot of weddings happen in the summer and fall. So this is an idea that you can make, and you can hit up all these gifters, these gift-giving people who have weddings to attend, and they can gift a really cool family name sign, because these people who are just now getting married and starting their family together, they want to slap their last name on everything. I'll tell you what. So you come up with one good design, and you can, and this works with family name signs or kids' name signs for their bedrooms. People love ordering those types of things. So be thinking about the fact that you can easily make one design and swap out the last name for wedding gifting season, which is right around the corner. Another example, address signs. A buddy of ours, Ryan, came up with just a very simple design for one of his clients. He carved out the numbers directly into the, I think it was treated lumber from the big box store, and then was able to paint the black in the numbers later, and turned out to be a pretty cool custom project. He can offer this to anyone now just by simply changing out the numbers. Here's another example of combining seasonal and custom using this round blank from Lowe's. Sports. All the sports mamas out there love to show their support for their kiddos, and I actually made one for my son. We're in baseball season here and softball season. It's gonna be soccer season, so think about all the round sports equipment that you could capitalize on using this same exact pre-cut circle from the big box store. You don't have to spend time doing a glue up. You don't have to make your own blank. So it just makes your process faster, which in the end makes you be able to take a little bit more money home from the project. But think about the possibilities. You could go tennis, soccer, softball, baseball, basketball, bowling. Got any bowling enthusiasts out there? And again, come up with a rock solid design. I went with a simple one with the school's logo and just go Logan, and that could easily be swapped out for another kid's name or another kid's number. You can see the little number on the dog tag there. And it's just a fun way to support the kids and appeal to all the sports families out there. And that could also make a very handy door hanger. If you want to display it on your door outside, you can, or you could simply just hang it up in your kids' room. Last example for a customizable item to sell. These became extremely popular in the last year or 2 years. Marquee letters. So earlier I mentioned, don't box yourself in to only be thinking of what you can sell that has to be completely made on the CNC. Chances are, if you're a CNC woodworker, you probably have some other tools laying around the shop, and you might need to use those other tools to be able to capitalize on these really cool projects. For instance, these guys make incredible marquee letters. They're known for it. They have done some high-profile jobs making customized marquee displays, and they do use their Onefinity CNC to cut out the back shape of the letter. Then they need to use their miter saw to make a lot of the angles. They have electrical wiring they have to do. So there are certainly other components to be able to pull a really amazing project like this together, but it starts at the CNC. Think about it. This market for marquee letters, sometimes you're going to sell it to a company that wants to reuse it for all of their events, but oftentimes you can make a word that says maybe like grad, and you can rent that out multiple times during the graduation season. Because remember, when I say appeal to the seasons, that's not just spring, summer, fall, winter. That's graduation season. That's wedding season. All the, it's March Madness. Like, it's all the seasons, all the big things that people are doing as a culture. So, sorry, that was a little aside, but the point is, yeah, you could make baby in marquee letters, and you could be renting that out anytime someone has a baby shower. It's that repeatable income. You put in the work one time, might have to do some touch-ups on the paint or something later, but you can generate income multiple times on that one thing. So there you have it. We went over the top 3 ways from my standpoint, how to appeal to people to make some money. You've got to make it solve a problem, you've got to make it seasonal, and you've got to make it customizable. However, I'm betting you still have one major objection. And I want to speak to that too, because I'm guessing you're thinking, I have no problem making those things, but I can't find customers. How do I find customers? Well, Bob, is it Bob? Bob, it's difficult putting yourself out there, but the reality is, if you want to make sales using your CNC, you've got to get visible. So how do you get visible? Sometimes that means you got to make some pro bono items. You got to put your work out there even if someone's not really looking for it. And the way you do that is by making it for them and hoping that they talk about it or show it to others and talk you up. Now, I'm not saying go make something for your grandma, although I'm sure she deserves it and that would be super nice. You should definitely do that. And if she has a ton of friends, make something for your grandma. I'm thinking make something for a company. Make something for a person who's going to make what you made very visible. And people love not having to pay for something. So they're going to talk you up. They're going to love to talk you up. Make sure you provide them with a business card. Business card? Come on, I'm just doing this for fun. Just want to make a little extra money. Yes, make a business card. You can do it. Use Shutterfly or one of those websites. It's not hard. There's templates. You can plug a picture of yourself in there or just your contact information. And that way you can say, I am looking to grow a customer base. I'd be honored if you would have my business cards available in your store. So if people do see this, you might be able to say, oh yeah, here's the person who made it. And then your business cards start going different places and you will find customers. And I will say, as a bonus tip and a disclaimer at the same time, I'm not an accountant by any means. However, anytime you make something completely free and give it to someone for the purposes of advertising, that's a 100% deductible write-off, meaning you can deduct that from your income and pay fewer taxes on your income. So do not forget that step, and of course, consult an actual tax professional for that advice. But it's legit. Woo! Okay, that was a lot. So what do you think? Are there still barriers keeping you from making money using your CNC? If so, let us know. Comment below what challenges you're facing that are keeping you from feeling successful at making money using your CNC. And if you have found success and you feel like you're in a really good flow of making and selling, we'd love to hear from you too, if you would be willing to comment below and kind of share what's working well for you. I know there are some mixed feelings about that, but competition is healthy. So let us know in the comments what you thought of this type of video. We want to partner with you guys. We want to be the community that supports you beyond just selling to you. We want to walk alongside you, give you inspiration, give you advice, help you problem solve, and ultimately help you have a really good experience using your Onefinity CNC. So if you haven't yet, please take the time to subscribe. We'd love to have you be a part of that community, interacting with us regularly. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on the next one.